What's up, everybody? Revival House. We're here back. Got Riverman, got Zach. I'm Aaron, and we are back doing commentaries on the regular, and we are stoked to do that because, frankly, I missed it. And we got our teeth cut doing commentaries, so it was kind of sad doing them less and less over the last couple of years. But no more. No more. Right now, we're going to plan to do them every 2 weeks, every other Friday night at about 10 p.m. Central Time. So it's going pretty smooth, man. We got the video rot, which you guys can catch live 8 p.m. Central Time on Wednesdays. And now we're going to have commentaries, which we are now doing live. Never used to do that. But just like video rot, after it's done going live, it's going to be disabled. And then a regular video will go out for everybody. And that's going to go out the following week on a Saturday. So if you guys want to catch it live and in the flesh, make sure to tune in on that Friday, just like you are now. And you'll probably witness a lot of screw ups and, a lot of malarkey. That's the new word in everybody's vocabulary today after watching the debates. A lot of malarkey goes on that you won't get to see the final edits. What's up?
I just had a fucking genius idea. You said disable, and I thought WWF should have done a fucking gimmick where Sable, hot ass Sable, fucking Vixen, gets a fucking botched fucking clone of her, and she's called Disabled.
Hey, you know what's funny on that note? Did you guys see that now that Raw is going to Netflix, it's going to be totally uncensored? Which I don't know if that means they're going to have raunchy content like the
I'm sure they will.
They're going to be fucking in the mat.
But yeah, like who are they catering to? If they're not on TV anymore and they're on Netflix, they might as well.
Absolutely, man.
They might have go hard.
You're gonna bring all the 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s all back.
Yeah,
to watching Raw.
Bring back Stacy Keibler. She was the GOAT, man.
I was watching a Raw episode where Vince McMahon was Sable was in it, and he was trying to get with Sable or whatever, and he was making his wife jealous or whatever in the ring with Sable, and it was hysterical. I mean, the stuff he used to pull, man. Oh God,
his wife should have been fucking jealous because like fucking Sable's totally gonna go for that old dude. Fucking you got a big concrete cock.
She went for Brock Lesnar, so yeah, I'm sure she did.
Brock Lesnar looks like he survived a fire. His face is like looks like, you know what? You remember Ren and Stimpy, guys? I'm sorry, we're going off the path here. We'll start the movie in 2 seconds. Remember on Ren and Stimpy, that classic episode where they lured the dog away with the hog jowls? There's basically like the pig faces. Like Brock Lesnar's face looks like a hog jowl, just like stretched out.
Have you seen his daughter? I mean, looks
just like him.
Yeah,
looks just like him. It's really creepy. For Brock Lesnar, it works because he's a big, scary dude. He kind of looks. He could, it's fine. He can have that look. He's huge and intimidating. You kind of want him to be scary. You probably don't want to pull that straw if you're the daughter of the family. But it is what it is. I'm sure she's very nice. But hey,
that dude's dick is literally fucking this thick around.
Well, that's what McMahon said. So yeah, I'm sure it is.
Oh, really? Did you guys see those? I didn't get into those.
I read all the tweets and I read all the. Yeah, it's funny, man. You need.
He was hung like a Clydesdale.
The dick, like the fucking the vein in his dick is like fucking as big as my entire dick around. Just the vein.
Those excerpts for the legal documents, man. I went one night and I went through all of them, man. They're hysterical.
I haven't looked into it. Fucking, I never gave a fuck about Vince McMahon.
Well, this
I'm
is
about to whoop Vince McMahon's ass.
This is all very riveting and very have to do with the cable guy. If you guys can't read, we're doing the cable guy. So once again, we're about to get started. Linked in the description below, archive.org. We can watch it along with us. We're going to go and get started. Okay, so on the archive.org version, we are starting at the 2-second mark, just as the Columbia Pictures light is starting to shine. So get your fingers ready because we're going to count down. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, play.
Let the fucking sun shine in. That fucking look at that Stacy.
This is subtitled too, by the way. Just a heads up for everybody.
Yeah, is it English subtitles?
No.
Okay, so why do they care? Maybe we have a big what is it, Spanish? Hey, can you not adjust the volume? Oh, you can. I was like, what the hell is this?
Heck yeah, look at these old school TV, fucking early 90s cable vibes. I am fucking nostalgia-ing out right now. Fucking remember whenever you couldn't just get a good picture when you wanted to watch a movie on TV?
You had to adjust the bunny ears, man.
I remember
Rabbit
watching
ears.
pay-per-views, the wrestling pay-per-views. Yeah, the Scramble Vision, absolutely.
Ben
And
Stiller, Ben Stellar, he's fucking stellar. You guys watch that show he produced on fucking Apple TV?
Severance? No, I haven't seen Severance yet.
Fucking 9 out of 10 at least. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. I mean, I don't really I haven't had any incentive to get Apple, but I kind of like their approach of less is more. Like they only have a handful of shows instead of like a Netflix, just a crap ton. But so far, like Ted Lasso is supposed to be quality. Apparently, they're good stuff.
I heard that's good. Yeah.
I want to lasso that fucking hunk Ted Lasso.
Silhouette, thanks so much for the $2 holla. Carry the Cable Guy. That's the only thing that might have made this flick better is having Larry the Cable Guy. They could have had Larry Cable
No,
Guy
it wouldn't have.
Larry the Cable
I was
Guy could have
thinking
played.
Sissy Spacek is fucking the Cable Guy.
I can't stand Larry the Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable Guy could have had Kyle Gass's part where he just opens the book. He's the only other fat guy in this movie. Yeah, Larry the Cable Guy sucks, guys. We're just kidding.
Oh, look. Fucking Jerry Springer, she gives him that fucking hot ass massage. She's like, I'm a man. And that's when you fucking bust your fucking hell yeah. And then you absorb the cum into your body for nutrients.
Silhouette, you're right. The Scramble Vision is nice. Sorry, guys. Scramble Vision's nice, and it helped us get away with so much as a kid.
This archive.org is awesome. You can do picture-in-picture.
Yeah, that's what I got the picture right underneath our stream.
That's awesome, man.
We were talking over the on-screen introduction of one of the greatest comedic actors of our generation,
Jack Black,
Sir Thomas Black.
His best role was in Airborne.
What a Chad,
dude!
This was probably right after Airborne, yeah.
Ferris Bueller, he screws up royally later on because he's one of those guys, man. He keeps burning his best friend, and his best friend is done, and he abandons him to go to a Soundgarden concert. He comes over like, "Oh, you ready for the show?" And he's got a Soundgarden like not Bad Motorfinger, it's Super Unknown shirt, and he's like, "Oh man, I can't." Like, how do you
think he's one of those guys that wears the band's own shirt to the concert?
Yeah, I think that's what they implied. I mean, I don't in real life he would.
Hey, I'd do that,
but I think that's what the writers would imply. Like, hey, they're going to a show. Let's just imply it's Soundgarden.
Why did that become a negative stereotype? What's wrong with wearing the band's shirt?
It's like going to a football game and wearing the team shirt. What's wrong with that?
My favorite was Jason Newsted in Metallica. He wore a Metallica shirt on stage every night, every single tour, every single day, every single show he ever played, a Metallica shirt on stage. So he doubled up. He upped the ante on that. I would. Chad. We should do a live Revival House tour, and I will wear my own shirts. I'll wear a shirt with my own face on it.
So we didn't talk about it yet. So the Cable Guy was originally supposed to be Chris Farley.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
or Adam Sandler.
I've always heard Chris Farley, and then of course
Chris Farley was first, and then Adam Sandler, and then they went with Jim Carrey. Matthew Broderick, I think, was supposed to be Ben Stiller. I think it was Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller was supposed to be Brendan Fraser in Encino Man. That's you're getting your wires crossed. No, I'm just kidding. He was though.
They did release that footage of that test. They did.
It's wild, and it's got other. I can't remember which actors were playing.
I forgot.
Sean Astin. Yeah, it's other people though. Jacob. Chris Farley is what I've always heard, and this wasn't a case where he passed away. I think he literally passed on it and did that Matthew Perry movie, which is terrible, right?
He had scheduling conflict.
This was gonna happen, right? He wanted this to be the movie he did after Tommy Boy. He was like fucking. He was on the up of his career. He was like fucking. I want to be buddy comedy guy. Hell yeah. So this probably would have had him and David Spade again, but he actually didn't do it because he read Black Sheep, and he was like fucking this could work, but the script needs work. And if you watch the movie, he's like the third act needs a lot of work. And so basically he gave it to David Spade. He's like, fucking you decide. And David Spade was like, I think Black Sheep, it's good. I think we can rework it on site while we're filming it.
Well, I guess Apatow was a producer for this, and he was trying to be a director, but they didn't give him the director role, which was interesting.
Because he wrote Heavyweights, he was writing and stuff at the time.
Yeah.
I don't really know what the first thing he got to direct was, but yeah, he was around, and Apatow was roommates with Adam Sandler back in the day. So all those guys kind of go way back. And I didn't realize the David Spade part of it, but I have heard that because I watched that like documentary they have floating around, that Vice documentary. But you're right, and I think they would have been great in this. I mean, because they worked so well together. But I like Black Sheep. Black Sheep's
It's
I
fun.
get,
Yeah.
I get it. There's something.
It's kind of a mess, but yeah,
there's something a little cheaper about it than something like Tommy Boy, because Tommy Boy has like the heart. It has the subplot of the heart, the father dying, the coming into your own, the responsibility, and it's more of a family type comedy. Black Sheep is just ridiculous, and I love how stupid it is. I love Gary Busey in it. How about I go to your grandma's house, start a small fire in her panties? Now, will you get out of the car? It's just absolutely balls to the wall insane. But there's something about Black Sheep. It's got so many laughs per minute. I think I die fucking laughing with Black Sheep. Probably more than Tommy Boy, to be honest with you. Like
I don't think so.
Like laughs per second, Black Sheep.
Laughs per second, but better movie is.
But that's not what I'm talking about. Because like Tommy Boy is more of a family comedy. Like I said, there's subplots, there's a love story, right? There's all kinds of shit, like normal stuff. Black Sheep, there is none of that. It's literally just David Spade and Chris Farley doing shenanigans.
Dude, look, he's doing the cheat codes with the remote to make your DVD player region free.
Oh, yep. I've done that.
Back when he first started getting DVD players, people used to buy cheap DVD players and put in the fucking code to make it region free. It's like, I'm gonna get a cheapo DVD player. So because there was always some weird thing where like sometimes it can fuck it up, man. Has anybody actually ever fucked it up? I don't know if I've ever heard of people fucking it up.
No, but for the 4K player, you just keep hitting the top menu button. You can make it region free.
Yeah.
So you can watch region free. Yeah. It's nice.
Really quick, guys. I want to talk about this thread, this subplot going through the movie with the Ben Stiller playing the child actor, the twins. This is obviously parodying the Mendez case.
Yep.
Because back in the day, there was the child actors, the Mendez. Am I saying that right? Mendez, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think one of them killed the other. I think maybe they killed their parents. I can't quite remember, but
they killed their parents, both of them.
Yeah, it's a total spoof on all that stuff, but that's going to be sort of woven through.
I think the Mendez brothers weren't actors. I think they were just two kids. I think there was another celebrity case going on, I think, or something like that, if I remember right. I don't remember the Mendez brothers being
the Menendez brothers are yeah, they both killed their parents, I believe, and it was a huge case at the time, and they kind of just spun that off of that. Oh, we lost Aaron. Oh, he's back.
Don't even acknowledge it. So there's something going on with this new PC where it's not playing well with my camera, so I might have to try and like install some drivers. So if you happen to go out or freeze, all I have to do is go out and come back in. Don't even acknowledge it. I can still hear, and I'll come in and out. Right. But anyway, yeah, so let me see here. Kelly asked a great question here. What genre movie is this? So this is something as a kid, when this came out, this was Jim Carrey on his rise. He was coming off like a hot streak of films, right? He was coming off, what was it, Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber. And so we had kind of gotten to know Jim Carrey as this slapstick, toilet humor, wacky dude. And this came out, and when I was a kid, I never loved this movie as a kid. As I've gotten older, I never did. When I was a kid, I'm like, there's just something off about it.
You haven't liked this movie. You just started liking this movie. Yeah. So, which is crazy to me, dude.
Listen, it's always been really quotable. I mean, I've always been able to quote it like crazy, but there's something about it that I don't know. It wasn't what I was used to. And then as I get older, and especially as I've watched it in my older years, I'm like, I appreciate it because I now know it's a black comedy. And that shit was like way above my head when I was a kid. I didn't get that stuff. I didn't get satire. I didn't get all that stuff. But now it's brilliant. It is. It's it's kind of got a creepy element to it,
Yeah.
single white female type of element to it with the stalking vibes. But that's what makes it a black or a dark comedy, however you want to say it. And it's actually brilliant. So I
This
think it's one of those things that you have to kind of be matured a little bit to really respect it.
I watched a movie kind of recently, fucking with fucking who was it? It was like fuck, I forgot who was in it, but it was basically like it wasn't a it wasn't a comedy, but it was like another version of this, and it was kind of slightly better. It was more of drama. Fucking, I forgot what it was called. I think it had Bravo in it.
Mm.
It's pretty
And
good.
it wasn't a Lifetime movie, huh? It's what he does.
It was like 80s or 90s or something.
I guess this was supposed to be even darker. So there was like 4 or 5 different scripts.
Yeah, it was really dark. Yeah.
I'm kind of curious of the other cuts of like what they were going for. And
the other version I've heard about that too. And the version that was floating around, and I think it was floating around when Farley was going to do it. And I don't remember if it's when it fell into Jim Carrey's lap that he's the one that suggested certain changes, but it's got a little bit more of a lighter hearting, and it doesn't end on a real dark note, right? Chip Douglas doesn't die. There was like death, somebody died, or it was, it got creepy. It went in from what I remember, it really did go into single white female territory where it got obsessive and it got dark and ended bad. And yeah, so I remember reading about that, thinking, wow, that sounded like a better movie. So, and this,
not if Jim Carrey was a star of the movie.
I don't remember. You know what? It maybe it wasn't Jim. I don't know. Maybe because Jim Carrey ended up doing that shit later, a few years later.
I know, but still, I mean, can you imagine? Like, I think this is a perfect. Like, I couldn't imagine Jim Carrey dying in the end. I mean, I don't know.
Fucking, we saw Tony Robbins on the screen. Best thing he ever did was fucking Shallow Hal with the fucking comedic great himself, fucking Jack Black.
That is a great movie. I love that movie.
I think it's underrated.
It's a solid movie, yeah. Hey, This Human Place, he's asking where we're at in the movie. We are at 12 minutes and 41 seconds right now, 42 seconds. So go ahead and catch up. So go ahead and go to around the 13-minute mark, and you'll be right about where we're at.
Fucking Chip Douglas is just
there you guys. Help each other out in the chat with that, guys. Thanks, Silhouette.
Chip Douglas is just meeting our boy outside his fucking apartment, and they're going to go to the fucking information superhighway. They're going to drive down the information superhighway.
I'm just jerking your day.
Had a few drinks, you might want to buckle up.
Fucking, I would.
He's got the shaggin' wagon steering wheel cover, dude.
Hey, Gamer Guy is posing a pretty fun question here. What's Jim Carrey's most overrated film? Peak Jim Carrey, I don't want to fuck with, dude, because like the ones that are highly rated is like, I'm gonna say a movie like Bruce Almighty.
Oh yeah, I can't stand that movie. Yeah.
But if
I
we're
like
talking
Bruce
about
Almighty,
but that was a huge hit, right? So maybe I guess I'll have to say that, because his prime when he first came out, his comedies were swinging, man. The Ace movies, Dumb and Dumber, even this, and then but I'm saying
the
then
Grinch, that's overrated.
But if you're a kid, you love it.
The Grinch was terrible. I remember I hated that when it came out. I was like, I was so excited to watch it because I love the Grinch cartoon, and I was like, I can't even sit through those.
Man on the Moon, I never got into that.
Man on the Moon's not it. Okay, so Grinch is a good one because I agree with the Grinch, and then I will say Bruce Almighty. Man on the Moon. Is it? But I wouldn't call it overrated because nobody really talks about it or holds it in regard.
Myself and Irene, I can't stand.
Hold on,
movie.
Man on the Moon is solid, but it's not as good as the source material should have made it. Right? You know what I mean? Have you seen it? The source material.
Yeah.
Andy Kaufman should have been an even better flick, but he was great in it. I think it was just kind of ho hum. But I don't really think it's overrated because no one fucking gives a shit about it. That's like saying the number 23 is overrated. No one gives a shit about the number 23.
It was Man on the Moon at the time was pretty big. It
was getting pumped out because the studios wanted it to be big, and it had the REM soundtrack.
The fucking director of that movie's big too.
Everybody had that soundtrack.
I'm just saying they were pushing it, but that doesn't mean it was received that way. Like, has time been kind to it? No. The most famous thing about it is just the stories of how he got carried away in the role and the method acting. That's probably more famous than anything. And they had that documentary like a couple years back just about Jim Carrey on set, right, preparing for
it. I like Man on the Moon.
I do too. I just don't think it's as great as it could have been. I feel like it could have been better, but I like it. All right. And
That's one that could get better watching it over and over too. I feel like a
Andy
fucking Eyes
Kaufman's
Wide Shut type of movie.
Andy Kaufman's fascinating. What was another one though? You guys were saying some good
Lemony
ones.
Snickets.
Yeah, dude. Anything past we're getting into like the territory where it's like he does kid movies. It's really shit.
Sonic the Hedgehog movies. I think he's great in those.
No, come on, dude. Yeah, because you have kids.
He's a perfect role for that, man.
Yeah,
he's
okay.
funny in it.
See, Todd has kids, so listen. I gotta throw Todd under the bus a little bit here. Todd's got kids, so he's all like, "Oh, the Mario movie's good." I'm like, "No,
I enjoy it, man."
No, listen, it's because Todd has kids, and they make him watch fucking Peppa Pig nonstop or whatever. So when he sees Mario, he's like, "Oh, hey, man, I'll take this. Like, it's got member berries all over it. I'll fucking take it." But Mario movie's not great. It's okay.
I'm not saying it's great, but it's fun to watch.
It's not even a good animated movie. I'm throwing it down. I watched it. It's just a bunch of references. That's all it is.
What's wrong with that?
I remember thinking the first half was better than the second half.
And yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Those movies are fun, dude. Fun family movies. What's wrong with that?
They're not funny. They're not funny.
I think Jim Carrey's funny in them.
Jim Carrey's okay, but he's really playing a PG version of himself, and I don't think the jokes land. I just don't. It's funny because he's acting like Ace Ventura. He's acting like the old Jim Carrey, but without the funny. I don't know. I just don't like it, man.
I love the scene. Where he tells him his name. It's Ernie Douglas.
Yeah, Silhouette. I agree with you, man. Sonic movies are fish out of water bullshit. 100%. It's the most formulaic fish out of water bullshit, and I get it.
The fucking original edit with the fucking uglier version of Sonic.
Yeah, with the human.
Wait till you have kids.
But you're all you're doing is agreeing with me when you say that, because
they're fun movies.
Wait till you have kids.
What's wrong with fun movies?
I said because you have kids, your mind is numb.
Looking at them like I'm not even.
You see the greatness of the movie through the eyes of your child.
Yeah, I get it. Not to mention you're probably used to watching Baby Shark and all this stuff. So yeah, I get it. I'm just saying. I'm not in that position yet, and I can call a spade a spade. That's all I'm saying. But I'm sure I'll get there. But anyway, their first date's over. End of transmission. That concludes our broadcast day.
Fucking our boy fucking Carrie is just a comedic Chad over here. I remember when I went and saw the number 23 in the theater, and I was just like, "Fucking, I want to like this."
Yeah,
it's weird and edgy, but like
I enjoyed 23 when I saw it in theaters too. I like the Majestic a lot as well.
I haven't seen the Majestic.
Number 23 was okay. It was kind of a. Why is my fucking shit keep going off? What the fuck is going on?
Yes Man was good.
Yes Man. When Yes Man came out, I think it was better than it really is because it came just after so much shit. I'm like, oh, it's actually an okay Jim Carrey movie.
Funny.
So, but I don't think it holds a candle to prime Jim Carrey. It's just that when it came out, I was in desperate need of a little funny Jim Carrey. So I do like Yes Man. It's a romantic comedy,
Eternal Sunshine's great. I love that movie.
I only watched that once, and I just watched it once, and it wasn't for me. But I want to watch it again because like I said, I watched it like in 2004, 20 years ago. I probably need to revisit it.
It's not Kurt Loder though. They couldn't have got Kurt Loder for the movie. Was he not on the SAG payroll?
R.I.P.
Kurt Loder's not dead.
Yeah, he is.
Kurt Loder?
Yes.
When did Kurt Loder die?
4 or 5 years ago.
No.
Yes, he did.
Dude, no.
Oh no.
Yes, where have you been?
I remember he was in the news a while back.
Is Kurt Loder dead? Let's see here.
Fucking R.I.P. Kurt Loder.
Kurt Loder's alive and well, you asshole. God. See, never question me.
He
never fucking challenge me. I know it. It's like that fucking guy in the fucking chat on my fucking Mortal Kombat video corrected me saying Chan's name was Chen. I'm like, bitch, don't try to school me on the 95 Mortal Kombat movie. I know Chan from Chen.
He's 79, so he's pretty much dead.
All right. Well, Todd over here writing checks, man. Writing bad checks like usual. No, this scene's hilarious, guys. This basketball scene is the funniest fucking.
I love it.
It might be the funniest scene in the whole movie. It's kind of tough to say.
Every time I play basketball, I was called White Shadow.
we met yesterday on your 2K installation. I feel like I've known him my whole life. Really? That's
He's so
sweet.
good in this role, man.
I'm on Steven's team.
I really do think Farley and Spade would have been good. They just would have been different. Farley wouldn't have done what Jim Carrey was doing. Like Farley couldn't have done this shit. That's for sure.
Yeah.
This is so fun because Jim Carrey's a very what's it called?
Animated.
Improv.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
Apparently,
stuff. Yeah.
apparently after right after Ace Ventura 1 and 2, or was it just the first one at this point? For this movie, he wanted to do like, I don't want to do buddy comedy. I want to do something more serious. I don't want to just be one trick pony. This is right when I need to step away from that for a second. Who knows if that was a good decision or not?
This looks like the Teen Wolf basketball gym.
It does. See, we got White
thanks
Shadow.
again for thanks everybody for helping people out with the timestamps. I appreciate that in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
No trouble. Prison rules.
That's why I say, hey, man, nice
Prison
shot.
rules. Yep.
This is so damn funny, man.
Nice shot, man. That's why I say, hey, man,
Perfect
nice
music score,
shot.
dude. This soundtrack is phenomenal.
It's got
Remember
Jerry
that-
Cantrell, man. Jerry Cantrell did an
Yep.
exclusive track. It's not on any of his albums. It was his first
Remember-
solo track ever before Boggy Depot came out.
The music video had fucking Jim Carrey coming through the TV. And it was like a deleted scene that was in this movie, but they took it out where Jim Carrey is like coming through the TV in a dream. It's all animated and shit.
Gamer guy, anyone here seen Election? My favorite Matthew Broderick film. I think Matthew Broderick is pretty dislikable, unlikable. He's not. I don't think he's. I love this is a good movie, and Ferris Bueller's a good movie too. But I don't know. There's something about him that's just not anything special. I'm actually surprised he had a career for as long as he did. This is so funny. Look on Jack Black's face.
He used him as a platform to fucking spread his holy message.
Yeah, the filter song really elevates this scene.
Fucking what a Chad.
Jim Carrey's a prima donna, but most celebs are. Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of weird in his older age. I don't know what's going on with him, but
we're all just clusters of tetrahedrons.
I love this game.
What a Chad. I love this game.
Whoa! No, why would this be spam? Not spamming, just mentioning again. Matthew Broderick killed a lady in a car accident in Europe. Hold on,
what a Chad.
So I didn't see it before, so I'm glad you resent this. Did he really?
I remember hearing that. Yeah, something like that.
Dang. Well, that sucks. That's got to be tough on him and everybody involved. So he pulled a Laura Bush, right? Laura Bush killed somebody too, right? In college, she ran over someone.
That would suck. I remember there was some kid in town that fucking hit some kid who was on a bike. Fucking, yeah. We don't even know that though. What if he put out a hit? Fucking, we should get Alex Jones on the case.
I would imagine since you didn't hear even more about it and there wasn't a whole bunch of litigation, it was probably an accident. So in that case, I feel real bad for anybody that's in that situation. Because yeah, like sometimes people just, if somebody jumps out in the middle of your car in the middle of the night, they jump out into traffic. I mean, sometimes you can't react to that. I mean, I feel bad for the people that have that on their conscience. Just checking in.
That's going to be like Dr. Dre weighing on their conscience.
Hey, I got a question. Has anybody ever met anybody in life that was like this, where they became weird and like super clingy and super obsessive like this?
I'm sure back in high school. Yeah.
Dude, it was so funny. I met my own Chip Douglas one time. I went out to a Buffalo Wild Wings to meet a friend, or a bar, not a Buffalo Wild Wings, some bar in town. And anyway, he was sitting at the bar, my buddy I was meeting, and there was another guy that was talking to him. I thought it was like a mutual friend of his that I hadn't met. So, I was shooting the shit too, and my buddy had left for a while, and he came back, and I thought, oh, like he's vouched for, like they're friends. Turns out, this guy, he had just met him that night too, and I didn't fucking know. But anyway, we're building rapport, and we had like stuff in common. And he even like, oh yeah, like, give me your phone number. We'll do it. Like, all right, sure, here you go, man. Dude, biggest mistake of my life. I literally had that moment where I had like a million voicemails, And then I caught up to him because this is like before I had, this is before social media and all that shit. And I remember getting home from work and checking my messages, and you saw the progression of the guy going insane. And by the end of it, it really was like him, like hanging up the phone and shit like that, and like getting all fucking emotional. Like, what the fuck is going on?
What if it was like fucking? What if he was? Go ahead.
No, it's funny you said that because the same thing happened to me. I met a guy in Kohl's when I was shopping back in early 2000s, and I was in my 20s. He was probably in his 40s.
Oh
we
no!
just started talking.
Groomed you out of
and
Kohl's.
then like at the time, like I was doing a lot of video work around town, and we kind of just talked about that sort of thing. He's like, "Hey, give me your number." I was like, "Maybe we can link up and we can get each other jobs, that sort of thing." I was like, "All right, no problem." He called me like 10 times the next day, and then like after that for like 2 weeks straight, and then he was like going crazier and crazier as the week went on, man.
Yeah, like I thought we were gonna hang out. Like, shooter, I thought you were gonna hang out. Yeah, and it was just like that.
We're friends. We're friends.
Like,
yeah,
and like this right here, like Chip Douglas.
Yeah,
your fucking,
it really
cable.
was. I mean, I never physically saw the person again. It was all in phone. And I literally I don't think I've given anybody unsolicited my phone number like that ever again.
Yeah.
Like in that sort of man. I just don't. And there's no reason to anymore with like social media. But I listened to it and it was like, I thought you were gonna answer your phone. Hey, just checking in. And it'd be like, oh, and they'd be all mad. They'd be like, hey, I thought you were in the shower. Like, and I'm just like, well, whoa, I hopped in the shower. I thought I heard something. Anyway, yeah, ever happened to you? It's that whole thing. All right,
if somebody literally did that to me, I would assume they're joking and making fun of this movie.
This guy got fucking weird and like suicidal and like all fucking erratic. He was manic. He was like, what the fuck is going on here? And it just freaks me out to no end because I don't negotiate with terrorism and I don't fucking entertain people like that. The people that, because it's like baiting you into like calling them. Like, dude, are you gonna hurt yourself? Go ahead and do what you gotta do, man. Don't fucking drag me into this.
That's literally fucking
And I don't mean that, guys. Come on, I don't do bad things to yourself, but
I just hit the mic.
I love the look on his face when he flicked the switch.
It's been a while since I watched this movie. Fucking all the old memories are coming back to me.
What's this? Jim Carrey looking like he horny for Broderick's broad hole.
I was gonna mention earlier. Fucking, I'm into some man on man action. I want to fucking see me and Elizabeth Mann fucking each other.
Leslie Mann.
Leslie Mann, that's her name.
Yeah, man. When you mess up that setup, it just makes you sound real. You just want man on man. There you go.
That was the point of the setup being like that.
And Mendoza says he's sorry for calling. Wait, were you Todd's stalker or were you my stalker?
They're watching Sleepless in Seattle too. Fucking,
it's probably that weird guy we saw at the Rocky 5 movie at the Dollar Theater, dude.
Oh
Rocky
man,
6.
yeah.
That's so funny. They all do. Sleepless in Seattle.
He kept moving up rows too.
Yeah, he was really weird.
I wanted to leave, but you're like, no, we're gonna stay. And then I couldn't enjoy it because the guy was sitting behind us, and I kept thinking, like, what is he doing? Like what is he doing with that popcorn bucket behind us?
Oh no, I thought he was in front of us.
No, I think he was behind us.
We're seeing fucking our
said I was gonna get a little brother. It's kind of sad.
Chip Douglas, the TV raised him. Everything he knows about
TV raised everybody, man. That's all of us.
I never knew, by the way, I never knew what that line meant until I was older too. Somebody's got to kill the babysitter. I didn't link the end to this and the TV. Yeah. I didn't link it. It's pretty
essentially he didn't hang out with people. He didn't have a lot of social shit. So fucking he learned everything about being a friend from a movie.
Isn't that all of us though? Come on. We all learned everything. We learned English through the movies. We learned about history. I learned more about history and culture through movies than I ever did in school, to be honest with you. My vocabulary.
They're brainwashing us. The SJW virus. History's all cocked and shit.
Anyway, that was spooky stuff.
Well, typical latchkey kids in the 80s and 90s where, I mean, the parents weren't there. You just watch TV all day. So
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean, and who knows?
as you do.
To a degree, it's probably the same or worse because a lot more two-job families. Both parents having to work, and now you have like iPad kids, so it even extends outside of the home when you do take the kids with you. I love this. There, fair maiden, fair
Oh
wench.
god, I love this.
I want to chill with Jean Garofalo. Fucking, she's like the live action embodiment of Daria. I just want to chill with her.
My lord. Thank you, fair wench.
Remember you said that to the waitress when we went there last
Yeah.
year when I was here.
I bet you they're like, God, I hear this fucking 5 times a week, you asshole. So yeah,
Yeah.
when Todd came to visit, maybe the last time, I don't know if it was the first
Last year.
time. Okay, I took him to medieval times here, and I love it, dude.
Oh, we're going crazy, man.
Yeah, we're back to the past. I love Andy Dick.
Yeah.
Did you do that scene? I can't roll my R's like
How often do you come here?
We're seeing Andy Dick right now. Fucking weirdo.
Red Knight sucks the big one.
Weirdo with a beardo. Andy Dick. He just kind of molests people, and this is kind of an open thing that he does when he shows up on TV shows. We're just okay with it. It's weird.
I love how when you go to these places, they give you like a piece of like a Walmart rotisserie chicken. I'm sure it's just like something they got from a store.
It's terrible. The food was terrible.
It's just like a rotisserie chicken. They give you some like overcooked roll, and they give you like Dr. Pepper or Pepsi or whatever it is you want, but you don't get forks. You just eat this greasy fucking rotisserie chicken, dude. It's just like it's horrible. Like, can I get
Remember
some?
my $40 beer glass, dude?
Yeah,
Huge beer glass. Yeah.
you still have one of them. One of them broke.
Yeah.
Have you ever done this because of this movie?
Oh, absolutely.
I am sure. Yeah, of course. Dude, I can't
gotta-
imagine putting chicken skins on my face now. Can you imagine? That's why I have bad complexion to this day, dude. I never recovered.
Every time we did that, that's why we have any kind of acne we have now, because of Jim Carrey putting that on his face and saying Silence of the Lambs. That was in the trailer too, so we all knew about it.
This movie shaped a lot of my sense of humor. I saw it at a weird age, at a weird time. Yeah, I can feel that, man. I can relate to that. I think there's a handful of movies that even Todd could probably agree that ones in particular that we quote all the time that I think we've centered a lot of our humor around.
This is definitely one of them.
I have a when this
movie was coming, do battle, Steven.
When this movie was coming out, my cousin, my uncle wanted to take me to see it. Like fucking, oh yeah, the new Jim Carrey movie. You love Ace Ventura. You're always rewatching it, and I was like, I don't know, I'm not interested in that movie. I don't know, it looks a little weird. I didn't watch it for the first time until VHS, way later, and I was like, why the fuck didn't I go watch this movie?
That's wild. Mendoza's never seen this. That's
king.
insane. Like, how did you avoid this movie that long?
He gets to experience it for the first time. This is my favorite scene in the movie where he's mimicking the fucking
Star Trek,
the score from Star Trek. I quote this more than anything from the movie.
It's so inside. Like, you have to be I mean, obviously it's famous for Star Trek, but he just plays the role so great, man. I love it. Just swinging that thing like an idiot.
It's perfect though, because he explains the reference before he does it. But if you're not paying attention, you probably won't notice it the first time.
I love this. I am now.
What a king!
I am now. I love it when he gets the sand in his face. I am blind. Oh, it's another trick.
Imagine like being one of the lucky saps that like walked away with like the fucking screen used fucking mace he's swinging around here. Like fucking, I could be holding it right now, being like, I got that same mace, man. What if Jim Carrey touched his dick with it?
I wonder if they just asked Medieval Times to like, can you hook us up with some uniforms, or if they made special ones just for this.
Oh yeah.
What like, I love that. What a weird chain to tie it. I love.
I forgot about it.
I'm blind. It's another trick. Watch.
They should have got him to play the guy from X-Men. That guy kind of.
I love these subtitles. Mi ojos, mi ojos.
Has he already done it? He probably already did it.
No, he's gonna. Yeah, he does. He's gonna get the weapon.
Daddy likes it rough.
They will kill us both.
His fucking face.
But you know what? Anyway, medieval times. What a weird. I wonder if they wrote this in the script. Like, hey, they have this place called Medieval Times. I have to write in the fucking script, and we got to get it part of the movie. Because when I was a kid, they have a few of them in the country, but we never had them in the Midwest. So it's like I thought that they invented this place for the movie because I had never heard about it or seen it anywhere else. So it's like, yeah, it's crazy. Now it probably owes a lot. Like, oh god, it's the cable guy place.
It's probably fucking tore down by now.
No, we have a Medieval Times here.
Yeah, they're in Florida. We went in Florida too.
I mean, this one specifically.
I don't remember where they're at. Now. They're in Seattle, right? Isn't that where they're at?
They're everywhere, man.
I don't know where they're at here in this movie. I can't remember where they're. With the Soundgarden references and Sleepless in Seattle, I don't know why.
Is it like Bubba Gump Shrimp? Does it only exist because this movie made it popular?
That's a good point, and that fucks with your head. That gives you Mandela effects. When I saw Bubba Gump Shrimp. Like literally, no. When I saw Bubba Gump Shrimp, my grandmother told me, "Oh no, Bubba Gump's real. Like they really started Bubba Gump." Like what? Like Forrest Gump's is real, and they started Bubba Gump, and it's so confusing. And so my only question is, do the owners, the people that created Forrest Gump and own the IP and the license, they own Bubba Gump Shrimp, right? They have to, like they have to own that name.
Unless it was just super fans that like made a deal with them, maybe.
They have to be involved somehow.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
100% it does.
What if they already
adopted it? It's like a Ghostface thing. Yeah, they had to have gotten something because it's not like Popeye's Chicken where Popeye is like a real name. I don't think Popeye invented Popeye, so they kind of got away with it. But yeah,
fucking, you thought Robin Williams invented it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do they still sell Popeye spinach in can? Remember they used to sell like the actual canned Popeye spinach in the grocery stores growing up? I don't think they do anymore.
Oh, he might as well. I think he was public domain.
I remember, Gamer Guy, I remember the writer of Forrest Gump wrote a sequel, and Forrest starts it by saying, "Don't let them make a movie about your life."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have a new movie. Zemeckis is doing a new movie with Tom Hanks and Robert Wright. Have you seen it? Or it takes place over the course of many, many, many years. They're using de-aging to make them look young. They're going to be wearing prosthetics to be old. And I get it. And it's all like about a house and this life in a house and just time. But the kicker of this flick is it's all shot from one angle. Literally, it's like a camera placed in the corner of a living room of an old house. And you just watch, and it never moves. You're just watching everything. And I'm like, how is that not going to get annoying for like 2 hours or whatever?
It's like Paranormal Activity type shit.
But at least Paranormal Activity changes location sometimes. But literally, it's the whole thing. It never moves.
Oh, yeah. It's like these shows right here where it just shows the fireplace. For
God, Christmas. Dude, this setup looked so bitchin' back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's like, I mean, actually, it still kind of looks bitchin', but obviously TVs are way better. And you don't want that big hulking piece of shit, and you're taking up your space, dude. But can you imagine sitting on the couch and just getting blasted? You're like that THX guy, like the
fucking just sitting there letting your hair blow back,
karaoke machine
glasses and shit.
Oh, I wouldn't want a karaoke machine because that would imply I'd have to have people over.
Yeah.
Oh, the party he has soon is fucking bumping.
We've done a couple of karaoke little parties at my house.
He meets a hot chick at this
party
that's coming up.
Yeah, like my wife, she's had people over from like her work and stuff. None of them were like my friends. It was all like her people. And I'll go down there and I'll pull Jim Carrey. I've done it. I've went down there and sang Jefferson Airplane.
I've want somebody to love.
Fucking I've gone down there and I sang Civil War, like Guns N' Roses, and I go all out. And it's funny, it's like they're all so bad, they're all such bad singers that when I kind of hit them with some very fucking mid singing, they're like, "Oh my god, he's so good. Where have you been hiding this guy?" I'm like, "God, you guys are just terrible," is all it is.
You pull the acoustic guitar.
Like, yeah, I made them all melt because I sang that cringy fucking
Lips of an Angel by Hinder.
No. Lips of an Angel. No, I did the what's that cringe song? by fucking, what is that fucking asshole dude with Lady Gaga? What's that fucking Bradley Cooper?
Oh, Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
cringe song that was going around all the time. I sang that, like, oh my god, you're so good. I'm like, not really. But I had a TV that big as a kid when my parents made $100K plus a year. Dude, $100K plus a year back in like I don't know if that's like the early 90s or what you're talking about, but they were living large. I love it, dude.
American woman.
I bet that apartment stinks, dude. Like mothballs.
Mama,
Fucking
let
high
me
hell.
be.
When I was a kid, man, I don't mean to be ageist here. When I was a kid, I actually found older people really fascinating. Like, wow, they have so much to offer. They live through so much. They could share, and they have so much to teach. Now, as I've gotten older myself, I'm not elderly, but as I've approaching middle age, or I'm in, you could argue I'm in middle age. I don't accept it yet, but now I'm like, dude, fuck off, old people, dude. Seriously, I have like the least patience for old people, man. I live. I do. I go to the post office. I've worked from home for 8 years now, so I'm well equipped. And so when I go out to the post office, or if I run errands during my break time or whatever during the day, I'm out with just the retired people, and it's just nonstop complaining and bitching, and I don't know. I've lost my patience, and it doesn't help in the industry I work in too. You deal with people.
Said sugar making so everything will be just fine.
Lose your lisp in 30 days.
That's what we could be singing if we fucking were doing a karaoke show on this live stream. We should like try to be a 3D watching podcast. If they're having a party in the show, we should start doing coke on the stream right now.
Silhouette Leslie Mann is sexy in this. Yeah, she's all right in this. She was better in Big Daddy with the fake boobs, with the fake nipples, because she was wearing like total fake silicone tits,
Oh,
What about This Is 40, where she's sitting on the can, dude?
taking a shit.
Yeah.
God, I'm so sick of all those Judd Apatow movies, man. No, she's like, I'm constipated. Gross. Yeah, some nice friends. I always thought this hua, looked like Lisa Marie Presley or something.
Yeah.
Fucking staced. She is.
I don't think she's very attractive. I think she's kind of got a fucking dog. She's a butterface, dude.
You buy this time, I buy next time.
Oh, we're jumping in. Like, you mean, I buy this time, you buy next time. I love that, dude. He's just like casual. So, oh, I love that. Hey, what's up, Ryan Prance? Cable guy. And he's like,
oh man, yeah, I want to spit a loogie in her pussy and then slurp it out.
We'll get there. The password is nipple. I love that scene too, actually. The porno password is fucking hilarious.
She's a grown woman. She can handle it.
I love it. She showed me the birthmark. It's so sexy.
Yeah.
So fucking bad.
Oh yeah.
I would have said schlong. I thought that was the funniest damn thing when I was a kid.
This is funny part right here. You get burnt by the molten lava.
Whatever. What did he say?
I don't know your story, Chip Douglas. I'm gonna find out.
That was a good impression.
I'm gonna find out.
I love the look on his face. Like,
How do you not laugh at that? A guy not ironic tells you that. Jerry Seinfeld.
That's more of an era of Jerry Seinfeld.
It is Jerry Seinfeld.
Rock on with your sibling. Rock on with your bad self. Every time I hear this song, I say it like that. Rock on with your sibling. Rock on with your bad self.
Yeah, he does look like Jerry, I guess.
He's got the same.
Hey, tough guy to the end, eh, Nash? Tough
Why is he there? He's literally just playing the same character.
Yeah, he's the warden. Hey, warden, catch! Oh, that was wrong. That was Kramer from Problem Child. Warden, catch! I mixed him up.
I think there's a part of me that thinks he might be doing an over-exaggerated Meatloaf impersonation in this scene.
Oh, really? Because he's got the jackets. Why do you think that?
I don't know.
Oh, kind of. I can see what you're saying.
He's kind of hitting the same note. I'm trying to think of a Meatloaf song. You gotta give me your girl and your trust. I'm gonna love her for both of us.
Yeah,
He's got
Meatloaf
the
had that real
vibrato.
shaky vibrato that like I got the shit sweats. Like, yeah, yeah, I can see what you're saying.
She is so Stacey.
Zach should talk as Chip talking like Zach's goofy voice and say the password is nipple. Can you do it, Zach? Can you make the people happy? Give them what they want.
The password is nipple.
I don't know. That was ASMR worthy.
Yeah, the way he builds up to saying it. Nipple. So sexy.
Fun fact, I actually hate this song. I think this song sucks. It's so annoying.
He makes it so much better though, being irritating as
Yeah,
fuck.
the way he makes it cringe. It's just not a good song. I never liked it.
He's having a super time.
Who would give him the rights to use a music? Like they had to pay for all the rights. They probably wanted a really cheap song to make up for the fact that they're gonna sing it so dumb.
What kind of foreplay is that? Just like rubbing his head. Like that looks like what I get at sports clips, dude. And they fucking massage my scalp after my haircut. That's what they do at sports clips, dude. And then they suck my dick.
Really?
You know, just like at sports clips. They fucking go down on me, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good point there, Silhouette. It is kind of very a little Stevie Nicks, little Cranberries, a little blended Carlisle, the
George Carlin.
It's so funny how the long this scene is. The song's not edited, right? Do they play the whole track? Is it the whole song front to back?
I don't know. Good question.
I want to watch them fuck. I want to stop seeing our boy Jim
That's
Carrey.
a good one.
Did he do this with the intention of blackmailing him, or was his intentions better? I don't know. You never know.
This whole thing is a setup. I think it's all it's all collateral. It's 100% all collateral if shit goes awry.
He's the Diddy in '96.
I mean, he's obviously done it a million times. I love that he's watching Ren and Stimpy. I always got a kick out of this and laughing at. I got the Ren and Stimpy the soundtrack album from the '90s on vinyl not long ago, and I it's way better than it deserves to be. It's like all those songs are so good. Stinky Whittle Teeth.
Was it like the fucking South Park one and the Beavis and Butthead one where they got fucking a bunch of different artists?
No, it's all stuff. It's all stuff from the show, plus like extended versions by like Billy West. It's all the songs except extended that weren't edited for the show, and then it's got like seg cuts from the series. No, it's all legit and it's so good, man.
Had the Log song on there.
Oh yeah, it's got Log. It's got everything. It's got Log. It's got what's it called? The Axeman or whatever.
Happy Joy.
Yeah, happy joy. Like. I told you to shoot. Why do you believe me? I'm here to teach you to be happy. I'm going to teach your grandma to suck an egg. It's like so great. That song is absolutely just off the fucking rails. The guy just progressively gets crazier because every next line has nothing to do with the previous line he says.
I want to teach your grandmother to suck eggs.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So goofy. They were really pushing boundaries, man.
Yeah.
Like they think we're gonna say dick, but we're gonna say.
I love that.
Instead.
What do you? It's
a girl like that would hang out with us if we're not paying her.
I feel like that's something me and Todd could have said in high school. It's so funny.
Not a drip.
That's so funny. Not a drip.
Fucking what a king! I want to hang out with fucking Ernie Douglas. Does he call himself Ernie or Chip at this point in the movie?
Ernie Douglas. It's Chip Douglas. What's Ernie Douglas?
Wait, Ernie Douglas is well, first he says it's Ernie Douglas, but my friends call me Chip.
Oh, you're probably right.
Larry Tate. Didn't he? Yeah. How many names does he have?
A bunch. You know, he's obviously done this a lot, and you know, I feel like maybe in the original script, it even leaned into almost like the love angle too, like obsessive, like almost like a weird infatuation too, because he's kind of gay. You know what I mean? Like he's so obsessed.
Oh, this
Look at that.
is
NBA.
totally fucking heterosexual.
Because they're
This
doing like
guy's
the Ren and Stimpy thing where they're like a couple, right? The breaking up and all that stuff. I can change all that stuff. It's really funny. Well, the best scene in this whole movie is the fever dream he's
I
having.
love this scene, dude.
That's not where he's got the like the evil eyes or whatever. I just wanted to hang out. No big deal. That's the best scene. Oh,
I
this
love
scene's
this.
awesome.
This is a great scene, dude.
I love it. It's like you've been working hard. Take a break. I love it. Freddie Mercury, dude. It's so ridiculous.
Owen Wilson's hysterical.
You could literally be doing this on Name That Kino, just show that screenshot, and people wouldn't be able to know if it's fucking this movie or fucking the other movie where he has
Queen
a mustache.
biopic.
Fucking Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. He does look like that. I love that. You've been working hard. Take a break.
Okay. Fucking Owen Wilson being a Chad, gonna
It's
steal
probably
his
his best
man.
role here.
Really quick. Me, Myself, and Irene. The biggest problem that movie always had was how just unbalanced it was, because the first half is mind-blowingly funny, but then the last half just fucking. It doesn't necessarily shit the bed.
It becomes
it's just
a road movie. I like
yeah,
it.
the laughs per minute just decrease insane. It's like they should, if it was at least a little bit more consistent, and they would have broke up some of that. Yeah, it's just way too funny in the first 45 minutes and not funny enough in the last 45.
I always thought it was super funny throughout.
Dude, I remember when we first rented that, or I bought it on DVD actually. With my first job, I bought Me, Myself, and Irene at Best Buy when I had my first job at Toys R Us. It was one of the only things I bought. And I remember bringing it home, and my dad loved Jim Carrey too. And we watched it like together. And that first scene where he's going crazy and the cheese and the taco, that whole extended scene, like Vagisil, and then all the way leads up to him sucking the tit of the breastfeeding and him doing like the goat eyes, fluttering. My dad almost shit himself and threw up because it was just, you're just dying laughing for 5 minutes straight. And I don't think if the movie would have kept up that momentum, it would be his funniest movie of all time. It just didn't.
Your sense of humor just sucks, buddy. It does. You just gotta watch
it has funny parts, like the dildo thing. Did you have fun? Did you? But it's just not. It's just like you said. Once he meets the girl,
it's kind of like a fucking. It's kind of like From Dusk Till Dawn type movie. It comes kind of more
just
action.
Totally changes and it flips. Yeah. Oh wait, that's funny. Hold on. See, I watched that with my mom, so I had a different experience. That's so funny. My mom might have been there too. I don't remember. I don't know. The racist stuff and gross out humor is too much for me. Was there racist humor in that? You mean like his sons being black and him talking like him? Like, oh, what's up? Going to see some bitches tonight? Oh, yeah. You talking about all that stuff? That's kind of like harmless, though, isn't it? I don't know. I didn't really think that was too racy or bad. And the gross out humor, they shoved the chicken in that guy's ass at the end. I remember that. I love this.
He loves me. He loves me that.
He kind of looks just like Ben Stiller does in Happy Gilmore too, the same character.
Oh, you're right. Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandpa.
When he's behind him in the stall, especially.
I love how this is Verja kicking his ass, like messing up his hair. Like, why is he just letting him do this?
He sticks his mouth in the
drive you. Oh, it's so funny. Let's dry you off.
Somebody could cut this and make it look like they fucking Jim Carrey was in Fight Club and just cut it against Liar Liar when he's kicking his own ass, and just show this. Like this is the Tyler Durden. That's how his Tyler Durden looks in this version.
I love in this scene how they do all the Dutch angles, the crazy up shots and angles.
Look at him. He's all cool and shit.
What do you say?
Don't mess with Robin. She's taken.
Clear up. I got a tip for you.
Oh, he was actually doing. Is that actually like a Freddie Mercury thing?
I don't know.
Because Freddie Mercury used to do all the
maybe.
I wonder if that was like a Freddie Mercury thing.
That wouldn't. It looks like him.
And then he fucking moonwalked out like a Chad.
I love that sketch, dude.
I think he's just being his alter ego, fucking 70s porn star Jim Carrey.
brother.
Eric Roberts.
Oh, I love it, dude. I love Eric Roberts. I feel like I feel like Eric Roberts never got his due, man. And I think it's so great that he can make fun of himself because Eric Roberts will just do shit like this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a parody on himself. Sweet brother, the killing of Stanton Sweet. Uh, I love that. Please, no. That's just how he would. But he's so great. He's one of those guys that just chews all the scenery so much, where you're either gonna love it or hate it. You might think it's terrible acting. I think it's awesome. As far as entertaining goes, he is so entertaining. And of course, I love him in the Pope in Greenwich Village and shit like that. You know, they took my dance, Charlie. He's so good.
I don't know if I've seen him in a lot of stuff.
Oh, really? You never seen him in a lot of stuff? He's great. What's
No.
what's the other one? Runaway Train with him and John Voight.
Fucking the Soul Asylum Boys. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, he was in that band Soul Asylum.
He was in the music video for Runaway Train. So now he's fucking with our boy's girlfriend. He's getting himself involved in our boy's girlfriend and their relationship. He is overstepping. This is very fucking Die Hard right here.
Yeah, it is. Hey, Silhouette, Eric Roberts will take almost any acting role. That's why he's awesome. Yep. I listened to him on a podcast a few years ago, and he said legit, I take every acting role. I do not say no.
You should have got him in your movie, Aaron.
You know what? I hold him to that. Like, hey, I heard you say on record, you don't say no, Eric Roberts. I literally, you know, my wife will sometimes watch like Spanish stuff, and he was on a telenovela.
Oh yeah, he's on soap operas. I used to watch soap operas.
But he was on a Spanish soap opera. He was like an American guy on a Spanish soap opera from like Telemundo. And I'm like, he literally will do anything. And he was on this podcast and he was saying, he said, I just love the work, man. He's like, I love it. My goal in life is to spend every single day on set if I can. I love it. I don't care, big, small, doesn't matter to me. Like I did this one movie. I did Sharktopus. Literally the guy who did Sharktopus, you know, that shitty fucking sci-fi ripoff movie. He's like, he called me up and said if I wanted to do Sharktopus, and they were gonna fly me out to fucking like, I don't know if it was the islands, I don't know, the Caribbean to do Sharktopus. And he's like, well, can my family come too? Yeah, like fuck yeah, we got a free vacation. I took the whole family for 3 weeks. And I did Sharktopus. It's like it wasn't a bad trade-off at all.
I should respect the guy more now.
Oh, he's like, yeah, he's like, dude, I'll do it. I don't care. He's been in The Dark Knight, but he'll also do Sharktopus. He doesn't give a flying fuck, dude.
The Shark Knight.
With the Shark Knight, that's I think he's past that. Maybe there's probably a point in his career, like when he was doing Pope of Greenwich Village, which were kind of these like Oscar buzz, like almost type movies. Maybe he probably would have had that, but at a point, he's probably like, you know what? I'm just gonna take the work, man. It's all about volume for me.
DreamWorks needs to jump on that. We had like the whole series of Lego Star Wars games. Like we need fucking just the shark movies where it's like fucking any movie that had dark in the title, you put shark there, and it's sharks doing it. And fucking all the kids will love it. Fucking I was thinking of some good ones. Fucking now they escape my mind.
This Human Place. How do I get the backlight on my setup like that, Aaron? It's nothing special. I just have LED strips going around those two cubicles you see. And I have lights and stuff in the display case. I just rarely have them on anymore. I'll turn those on when I'm working because it's a nice like warm light if the screen's kind of giving me fatigue. But yeah, those are just LED strips. They ain't nothing.
Are you afraid of the shark?
That's a good one.
Series.
Are you afraid of the shark? And it's all shark stories. Yeah.
Fucking killer shark. The fucking episode where she has a glass of water by her bed as she goes to sleep so that the jaws doesn't fucking can jump into the fucking water and not fuck with her or something.
Do you guys know they're bringing back Street Sharks toys?
I saw that.
No.
Hell yeah.
Very weird. Like, who is this for? It's got to be just for guys my age.
Because
I never got into that.
Because the Ninja Turtles toys they came back with, probably.
Well, Ninja Turtles is a lot bigger property, to be fair. Street Sharks was one of those rip-off, coat chasing.
But if you think about it, I'm pretty sure like the only reason Street Sharks exists is because toys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
they literally made it's one of those situations like Turtles where they made a cartoon to sell the toys. Which Street Sharks sucks. I never liked Street Sharks, but I love those fucking toys, man. They were so
every
badass.
Episode, every one season of that show.
Yeah.
I still haven't opened that and watched it.
There is a great TMNT documentary out there that came out. I don't know if it was like in the last 10 years or whatever, something like that. I can't really remember what it's called. I have it. I bought it digitally. It's on my Voodoo, but it's a fascinating story. Like, yeah, literally. Like, no, we want to sell these toys. They bought the comic from you know, they bought the comic and they pretty much were like, hey, we want to turn this into toys, and we're gonna do all these designs with it, give them different colored masks, create all these. The toys, there were so many people in that toy line that never showed up on the fucking cartoon. It was all, and then we're gonna have a show to promote the toys, and it was genius, just how they went and did everything, and just the whole. It's really, really good. Thoughts on the 2007 TMNT film, that CG animated? I hate that movie. I know a lot of people love that. I didn't like it.
2007.
I never saw that. I won't.
Yeah, it's not good.
I watched it once.
It was boring.
Like a sick.
Yeah, they did have a Vin Diesel promotion that you can find on YouTube, with it doing the Street Shark commercials, or was it more like a? Is it more like a infomercial? I don't remember.
I think I read it was like a tape to show to like venues, like they wanted to book, like something that or something. It was weird. Yeah, he was the Chad.
I swear to you, I read this first as I fucked my Street Sharks hard as a kid. That's what I thought that said. That's why I wanted to highlight it, but then I was corrected.
They did have the fucking openable mouths. If you could grab their fin and make their mouths open.
I had another moment with that too, with somebody that made a comment on one of our videos the other day, and his name was Bang Bang Boy 97, and I thought it was Gang Bang Boy 97, and I was like, I had to comment, like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought your name was Gang Bang Boy 97, and I'm like, I just had to tell you that. I had to like rub my eyes and do a double take. And by the way, you should change it to Gang Bang Boy 97.
What did he say? What
he never commented back. It was Bang Bang. Back to be Bang Bang
like
Boy
a
97.
Sounds like a rapper. Little fucking my new mixtape dropping. If I was a rapper, I'd call myself Heinous Anus.
This is where Chip Douglas is really getting him into his spider web.
I love how he drops the phone here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I get why they wanted Chris Farley as well. They're obviously both really good at physical acting, but this movie we didn't get to see Chris Farley grow very much. He might have maybe this was the film that was going to do it, right? Because he was obviously really physically good with comedy, breaking shit, but like, could he have done this?
Apparently,
like maniacal.
Apparently his version was just going to be a straight buddy comedy again.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be the darkness.
Jim Carrey didn't want to do that, but Chris Farley definitely did at that point.
Yeah, maybe I got that backwards. You're right. Jim Carrey twisted it to more of a dark thing, but I think maybe the original script, maybe I'm botching this. I think the original script was super dark, and then it went with Chris Farley, it went through the changes, but when it fell into Jim Carrey, he's like, hey, I like that original script. That's what got me interested. We need to. And then I think this was kind of like a meeting in the middle, a compromise, because the studio didn't want it to be that dark. So, it's kind of watered down from what the original vision was. I love that. Tough guy to the end, eh, Nash?
Right.
I always say that every time I see his face in anything.
It's like this gets super serious, and then like it doesn't seem like this really means a lot later. And it seems like this should be later in the movie.
It's also they can have the "Oh Billy" part in the trailer.
Yeah.
So they can have the "Oh Billy" part in that trailer. That made us. That's what I always remember. Oh Billy! Yep. You got that one old man with no teeth doing the kissy face, dude.
Touch it, Steven.
Yeah, touch
Creep
it.
in his pants. Creep
you need contact.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because all that shit was stolen. So like, fucking, I was thinking like maybe Chip Douglas. He's not fucking. He really is just a guy who's super lonely and he just wants a friend. But like, no, there's some dark shit in that guy. Fucking this guy. He's no good. He's a no good, dirty, fucking. He's some like hardcore motherfucker. I was trying to remember Holes with
Shia LaBeouf. Yeah,
what was that thing they kept calling everybody?
I never actually watched
no
that.
Dirty, rotten.
I was a little. That was just Pat. I was a little too old for the Shia LaBeouf thing.
Oh man,
I think
Fucking, I would put my LaBouffe into Shia's hole, if you know what I mean.
This is so this is interesting. They have a commentary of Ben Stiller, Jack Black, and Jim Carrey, and explains everything a lot. Was it had to have been on the DVD, which I used to have. I don't think I ever listened to the commentary though.
They,
But I
they
bet it's
did
on
just
YouTube.
they did just put out a new Blu-ray for this. I was thinking about getting because the first Blu-ray that came out, I skipped on getting it, and it was out of print for a while. And I was like, "Fucking, I wish
The
I would have got it."
25th anniversary edition. I think they have alternate endings or something. I don't know. I never really got into those.
Yeah.
Back in the glory days, man, of those commentaries when we used to get that. And even if you did find someone today that actually put a commentary, it's always like the fucking like Best Boy or something, the fucking Grip. It's you don't when do you ever get commentaries anymore that have the director, the star, and
When are they going to pick up our commentaries and put them on a Blu-ray?
I do think what is it again? What Brain Scan, right?
Kino's been putting out a lot of commentaries with.
I'm telling you, man, Todd's right on the money. The Brain Scan release that got put out from Shout Factory, the writer name drops a commentary, and it has to be us.
Yeah,
because they interviewed him and he was name dropped. He's like, yeah, it's like he went on to write 7. He's like, it's funny. It's like, you think, oh, everybody's going to talk to me about 7. But I have people coming up on. Nobody gave a shit about this movie when I did it, but it's like now it's like fucking 30 years later. Oh, you like 7? No, a Brain Scan. People actually come to me and want to talk about Brain Scan. He's like, I was watching and I came across this video of this commentary, these guys talking about Brain Scan. And at the time, we were the only fucking people on YouTube. It had to have been us. And we had the most hits. I'm like, there's no way it's not us. And I wish he would have cited his sources and gave us a name drop. But
a game drop.
Okay.
It's funny because Brain Scan was one. Now everybody's talking about Pet Sematary 2. Like, I mean, they're talking about all these movies we talked about 14, 12 years ago.
You slurred a little bit. You said Pet Sematary. It sounded like it. I pictured Jerry Seinfeld.
Pet Sematary 2.
I pictured Jerry Seinfeld as like one of the cats that comes back alive from the dead.
Or
Jerry.
How would you do that? Like sometimes Dad is better.
Oh
yeah.
He'd be Judd. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I wish, man. There's some every now and again you'll see like some podcast or something get their commentary on a release, and I would be honored, man. I'd love to do it, even if it's like a small release. I don't care. I honestly feel if it comes down to just like Todd was insinuating a second ago, we have loved Pet Sematary 2. I've been worshiping at the altar of Pet Sematary 2 since it came out in the 90s.
Yeah,
and I feel like Shout Factory and these people putting them out that breathes a little bit of new life into it, because now you're latching onto these collectors that just want to buy all the Shout releases or all the Arrow releases, and maybe they're introduced to it through that. But and same thing, I feel like Killer Clowns has had this crazy resurgence in the last decade. I've been watching Killer Clown. It was for decades, and nobody gave a shit about it before. Yeah, Pet Sematary. But what are you saying here? There was another one. What is the? Oh gosh, I just went blank. There is another. Oh, if anybody should be doing a Trick or Treat commentary, it's this guy, because Trick or Treat has all this love now, and I feel like it's kind of been getting love in the past 5 years or whatever, and obviously this hype around it with the physical release. Dude, I've been watching Trick or Treat for longer than all you fucking idiots. Sorry, not to be crass, but I am right here.
Yeah, I remember you showed it to me like in 2006. Like I've never seen it, and then that was the first time I came over to your apartment.
Yeah, and I had that
shitty DVD.
I had that DVD since 2004. I picked that up. Remember that place, Entertain Mart? I bought that DVD at Entertain Mart in 2004. But yeah,
we're seeing the scene where fucking Ernie Douglas is fucking with his friend. They're at the party. I was trying to mirror his fucking his mood whenever the scene started, where he's like, "Oh, come on in, you psycho."
Yeah, psycho. I kind of feel like he's tapping into that Chip Douglas energy, because he's wearing like the Ward Cleaver, the Ward Cleaver clothes and all that shit. He's wearing
that's a good that's probably
the cardigan and shit like that. Yeah,
that's probably written into the script to be a Kino fucking thing. If you're paying attention, the Kino people will notice.
Vagina.
I guess they're all kind of wearing.
I can't play this game.
Would you play with your mother, Aaron? Porno
No.
password?
Would you play with your fucking mom, dude?
No. I mean, well,
Why are you asking me that?
I don't know. Who cares? She's a grown woman. She can handle it.
Yeah, okay, well, we're gonna fucking that's bullshit, Todd.
Look at
Fucking
that.
gross. Penny.
What's
Penis.
what's he saying?
Penis.
Piss.
Penis. Penis.
What is the too hardcore thing she says? What she say, like twat?
I would have said she
Like, no.
She goes, what does she say? Not pussy. What does she say?
Here's what she says.
Tit. That's right.
Oh yeah, it's nothing close to what we thought.
Tit. That's so funny.
Tit. This is a PG-13 picture. I forgot about that.
Nipple.
That chick's a Stacy though.
Can I pass? Like, what? I don't understand. Why can I pass? Is it going to get better than that? Nipple's pretty light. I would be like, fuck, I'll take nipple, man. Because, like, what next thing you're going to get is like clit. Like,
tit.
Tit.
Oh, hell yeah, them tits.
Why is he not sitting next to Robin?
Because
Robin's on jealous.
Just chips moving in on her.
He's getting fucking. He showed him.
I love that. Thanks for noticing.
Oh yeah.
I love that, dude. Erection? No, but thanks for noticing.
He showed him that. That's I thought I saw Steve Odenkirk from fucking Better Call Saul.
I didn't even recognize him.
That's Bob Odenkirk, guys.
Bob,
Get your names right.
Bob,
You guys are fucking up hard on these.
He's
first
an
names.
Odenkirk. Who cares?
Steve Odenkirk actually isn't related to Bob Odenkirk. I actually looked because I thought, are they related? Fucking the guy that made Kung Pao and fucking Better Call Saul are related.
I think those moments, like the whole boner thing and that face he makes, those are my favorite Jim Carrey moments. They're like in what's it called too? Like in Dumb and Dumber, right? Where he throws like the fucking cashews in his face or whatever the fuck up there.
Oh yeah.
Like those little moments, man. Those are so funny.
It's just skin Steven.
It's just skin Steven. Hey, that's a really great compliment, Human. He says, I've listened to your guys' Pet Cemetery 2 commentary so many times during my long shifts at work. I love that, dude.
We did that movie like
yeah. Well, you talking about the OG? We've done it a couple of times. Hopefully, it's the OG. I love that OG, man. I wish we could just somehow remaster those.
I think they both did. I think they were both really good. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both really good. Dude, I have. There's certain commentaries or videos I watch over and over and over again. There's Red Letter Media videos I can watch over and over and over again. Yeah, so that's a real compliment. But there's a lot of people, you're one and done. So
that Pet Cemetery too. That OG one's still my favorite, man. Too. So
that's what I'm saying, man. I wish I could come at these producers with the receipts. Like, guys, look, here's the receipts. Here's proof. We have been on Pet Cemetery 2's dick for years. So thick. I imagine so much spit went in his fucking ear. I love that. No, everybody misses that.
I love how.
What is wrong with you, man?
He is simply projecting all of his onto me. Maybe I should go. No, Steve's being an asshole. He's just saying the perfect thing because he's watched so many movies. He knows how to manipulate people.
Wow, that's wild. So Human, he says. Also, the dentist turned me on to you guys. The dentist was a somewhat later one. When did we do the dentist? Can I ask you when you saw that? Was it when we posted it or was it more recent?
You guys did that pretty recently, I would think.
I mean, we've been doing this shit for so long. It was probably still a long time ago. When I say recent, it was probably within like 5 years. I don't know. I'm actually
like
curious.
2 years ago, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. Silhouette turned on, you say? That's funny. I hope we're turning you all on a daily basis.
Oh, this is what I was thinking of earlier. This happens. It seems like it does.
Once again, really great usage of music where they placed a White Zombie in here.
Does he get fired for this? I don't remember anything really coming of this kind of fuck up. We never really seem to go to work.
Yeah, I think it's just implied. I mean, we never see it get back. There's David Cross.
I've never noticed him there. Have you?
Yeah.
Zach, did you know?
I never.
David Cross? I've never seen him in there.
This is all the Ben Stiller gang. Odenkirk, David Cross. These are and Janine Garofalo. These are all Ben Stiller show guys
That is
back
crazy,
in the
dude. I
day.
never noticed
Jack
that
Black.
before.
Jack Black was Ben Stiller show. All this entire fucking supporting cast is Ben Stiller guys and crew and crony.
I'm glad I watched this because I didn't know he was in this.
You know, makes it all worth it. Not being here with you guys. Hey, look at that. So, okay, so he discovered us around 2020 during the pandemic stuff. That's it. That's cool, man. We got a pretty big bump like a lot of creators did during the pandemic. That was nice. Not the pandemic, that was terrible, but it was nice. We got a lot of new viewers and friends, so cool. And yeah, that's right, man. I don't know about these guys, but I'm pretty fucking Chad. No, I'm just kidding. I wish Mac was here. Mac's pretty Chad too. We had a good time with Mac. We were doing video right last night.
We had
Real
fun,
time.
man.
Oh, Mac was on?
Yeah, Mac came on.
Thursday or Wednesday? Yeah.
Yeah, he jumped on a whim. You know, I usually send out the invites, and he actually jumped on, and we had a really, really, really fun time.
He got Halloween Resurrection right away.
Yeah, we on Name That Kino. Dude, Todd did. This is intended for
first
me.
Slide, yeah.
So like, he wasn't intending for Mac to show up. Halloween Resurrection. He put that slide of like the classroom.
Yep.
It in like -2 seconds. Oh, that's Resurrection.
Yep.
And he was like, nobody in the fucking chat got it, you fucking pussies. I'm like, you didn't give anybody enough time to fucking breathe.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, I know my Halloween movies.
He knows that shit.
It's like, you know Resurrection that well.
He's like, come on, man, it's Halloween. You don't fucking know Halloween. I'm like, I'm sorry.
We saw that in the theater. We both saw it in the theater. I remember that.
Too, man. And I hardly ever watched that movie.
He saw it in the theater after he'd already seen it bootlegged. So he was watching it for the second time.
Hardcore, man.
Man.
So wait, what did he think?
He was there saying it sucks.
Sucks. He even as a kid,
I'm pretty sure.
Like
I'm pretty sure at the time he was just like, "Fuck, I don't know, I don't like it."
I saw it with Pat and Travis.
That you guys don't know who Travis is.
Yeah, I saw it with Pat.
They probably don't know who Pat is either. By the way, Pat did the Walking Dead podcast with us years and years and years ago. Yep. You know what's funny is I forget that. Sometimes I forget Pat ever did anything with us before.
Oh, yeah.
We're all talking about Pat coming back, and I'm like, hey, Pat, you should do stuff with us. People would love you. I'm like, Pat, you used to do stuff with us, and Pat was great. And it's too bad we were doing it for that shitty show, but his cynical attitude was perfect for it.
He did fucking interviews too for a couple times.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah. I tasked Pat for when we were doing some music content back then.
That Phil and Summer one is probably the best, I thought.
So good. I love this.
So apparently this dream sequence was longer because it had that scene that was in that Jerry Cantrell video.
But, yeah. What was the extra, Zach? This dream sequence? You know,
yeah, it had like an animated shot of Jim Carrey's face coming out of a TV.
Oh, shit.
It looked like a big like effects budget and stuff. I wonder if they just didn't finish it in time or something. I don't know.
You know what's funny is I find this genuinely scary and kind of funny.
Yeah,
I love that. All right.
When he breaks through the wall, he breaks through. I just want to hang out. No big deal.
That's creepy, dude. Yeah.
He's like running like this.
It's super over the top. So cheesy.
Here it is. I just want to hang out. Look at his eyes.
That's fucking giving us
Thriller eyes
to the Riddler.
So scary, man.
That's foreshadowing his role in the Riddler. This must be what Joel Schumacher saw.
It's like Austin Powers music.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, you know what? You know what's funny? I'm gonna assume it's actually like the Doors, and I was gonna say he almost looks like a lizard man. I wonder if this is like a Doors connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was listening to
the Lizard King.
You know, he looks like a lizard dude. So I'm like, yeah. I feel like I'm trying to think like a composer, and I bet you $1 million.
The best shot in the movie.
Queen of the Doors, Jefferson Airplane.
This is the best shot in the movie where he stays calm as a spider walks up his face.
Oh, it's so funny. That spider will be CGI today. You know it would. But he was a man, dude. I
wonder if they even planned it or if it just happened. It almost seems
like there's no way it was that perfect. Can you imagine?
It's hard to tell. It'd
be funnier if it went in his mouth.
It's hard to think about coaching. It's like it's such one of those small spiders that like sometimes they're just like Yeah, like in
There's no
dust.
way that wasn't
Daddy
planned.
long leg. I haven't seen one of those in years, man.
It's so funny though. This shot's awesome. I love it. How menacing. He's cast in shadow.
Ben Stiller is a fucking Kino aficionado.
That's so
How do you
funny.
not be? Yeah, this did Ben Stiller do any other directing?
Yeah. He directed well, first of all, he directed Tropic Thunder, his biggest hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's the one that's coming to my brain at the moment.
At least 2 movies I know of.
And Tropic Thunder was a massive hit. I don't know why they never made a sequel to it, to be honest with you. I feel like that's one of those things they were talking about for a long time.
Yeah.
And they still could.
No,
they still could do it.
They could. Like, all these movies were fucking super edgy for their time. Blazing Saddles. People said they could never do Blazing. Technically, it was like super edgy when it came out.
When's the last comedy that came out, though? I mean, honestly, the past
that was good. You mean
5 years that was edgy or anything? Like I can't.
They're all just commercials.
They're terrible. I mean, comedy is, horror.
Comedy's been dead since 2012.
Horror is in a relatively healthier spot. It's been in years. But yeah, comedy's terrible. And I mean, they're always pumping out shit romantic comedies, but it's all getting pumped on Netflix. It's like all Netflix. Then you have these really bad shovelware movies like what's that Me Time movie with Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg? All these Kevin Hart movies that are getting shit out and thrown onto streamers. They are terrible, man. The last movie that came out that made me laugh was probably Central Intelligence, I think, with Kevin Hart back in the day.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
No, Central Intelligence was funny.
That's The Rock, right?
Yeah, that one I thought was funny. You fucking liked it, you son of a bitch, poser ass motherfucker.
Did?
And you're the one that told me to fucking watch it. You fucking piece of shit. I'm gonna come to this monitor right now and fucking strangle you, bitch.
Really? I like that.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at my letterbox. I don't remember that.
You were the one that were telling me about it. I fucking bought it during a holiday sale. And I'm like, yeah, this was funny.
Oh, really?
Yes. And we've talked about it way more than you think. And you're like, yeah, it was hilarious.
Our boy Riverman is just one of those guys. He doesn't even realize it, but he's one of those guys where every movie he watches is like, yeah, it's real good, man. Check it out.
No, that's not the case. Don't even start, Zach. Fuck you, man.
He kills me. He kills me with his like selective memory on this shit. For all I know,
he's trying to get you to watch bad movies the whole time.
He's probably mixing it up with one of the other many Rock and Kevin Hart movies, for all I know. But because not everything they do is good, obviously. Most of what they do is bad.
So apparently, the original edit of this, the test audiences didn't like the ending, and they wanted more comedic elements.
Yeah,
and I don't know if they reshot other stuff too. I kind of want to watch that alternate ending.
Dude, Chip Douglas predicted the future, man. Playing Mortal Kombat with a friend in Vietnam and stuff. Talking about the World Wide Web and the internet information superhighway. I mean, he was just on top of it. He was trying to warn people. Surprised if they would have gave him a chance to talk more, we probably would have started talking about AI too.
Exactly.
You never know.
He's doing.
Look at Todd trying to like check. Like I gotta look at this.
Yeah, I gotta look, man. Hold on.
I thought I was gonna jump into the water.
I didn't review it.
Dive.
Anyway, that movie is funny, but that was the start of the demise. Then, like, those guys started just doing all this shit Netflix bullshit. But that one was really funny, I thought. And then, yeah, it's just like anything else with their names on it, The Rock, Kevin Hart, or Marky Mark, fucking trash. You know what movie actually I watched on Netflix that I actually thought was pretty funny? It was the Old Dads movie with Bill Burr.
Oh, I never saw that.
It's I think it might be straight to Netflix. Came out during the pandemic. I watched it and it was pretty funny. Like it wasn't like it's not Dumb and Dumber or anything, but it's good. Bill Burr's funny in it. The story's funny. It's about these guys that are really old having kids in their 40s and 50s, and they sell their business and lose it to some fucking Gen Z like crypto bros. It's pretty funny.
Why do I keep watching Grown Ups too? And that movie's so shitty, but it's always on. I always just stop.
Not Todd telling me my taste in movies is bad, but then he's like, okay, so
it's shitty,
if you guys are keeping track at home, Mario, Sonic movie, fucking Grown Ups too.
I never said I like Grown Ups too.
This is
it's the
all
movie
Kino
where
shit.
it's
I
always on
present Todd
TV.
Brown,
I
King of
love
Kino
that.
Brown.
I love it. I just wanted to be your friend, but I screwed it up. He just falls off.
Yeah. No, he doesn't just fall. He goes, eh. He like comes.
Ah.
Oh, you're right.
This is the swan dive he does.
Oh, I see. You were never there for me, were you, mother?
It's a little anticlimactic. I kind of wish he did a little bit more serious shit. Like did something like
I think
Cutter
he
or
should have killed
something.
somebody. It should have gotten really dark. They should have turned it up an extra notch for sure.
No, because I like the ending where he turns it around and finds a new friend.
It seems like he should have killed somebody. Somebody should have like maybe not even.
I'm the one. I learned the facts of life from watching the facts of life.
That's a great line.
Oh God! When he says
for
that,
so long,
so
the only thing the facts of life was to me was just a line from this movie. Like I didn't know what the fuck that movie was. By the time I started seeing it referenced and shit, it was like fucking oh, that joke. It's like it works better that way.
That's what I have to do.
What was it that fell out of his pocket? Was that like one of those staple guns?
Yeah, it was a staple gun.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Why did he need that? Oh, that was what he was holding her hostage with?
I'm not thirsty anymore.
I'm not thirsty anymore. Now I'm just watching the movie.
Oh, human, you fucked with the facts of life?
I've never watched an episode.
Theme song written by not Alan Thicke, not Robin Thicke.
The Facts of Life. Facts of Life. It's not a bad theme song. I remember it.
Somebody's got to kill a babysitter.
Oh, you're really lonely.
I
love that. But look at me. Come on. He's self-aware.
That was probably that's it. That's like a reshot. Like they wanted more comedic shit, and it looks like he's green screened in front of the screen.
Oh,
so it's stuff like that.
I never noticed that.
You gotta kill the babysitter.
Somebody's got to kill the babysitter.
Why does he? I don't even know what he's referencing there.
The TV. He's got to take out the airwaves because his mom, the TV babysitter, his mom was never there for him. Yeah, I never got that as a little kid either, but it's like only in my adulthood I finally put it together.
He's quoting something. Yeah.
No, he's not. I don't think he's quoting anything. It's just it's the whole thing where the TV was his babysitter and his mom was never there and left him home alone, learning the facts of life from the facts of life. And he was even saying when he dropped the fucking staple gun onto the satellite, that's what I have to do.
See, this is kind of a way to add
he's breaking the cycle for everybody. He's really like a martyr when you think about it. He's sacrificing himself and saving everybody. And is he crucified like when he's when they show him? Is he spread out? I can't remember.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah.
What if he was like Lloyd Christmas on the jetway?
When the guy picked up a book. Oh, whoa.
It seems like this whole subplot is like kind of what makes it fucking a black comedy. Kind of
there's Alan Covert back there.
The ironic twist.
Grandma's boy.
That he falls onto the fucking. That's Kyle Gass.
It's Kyle Gass. I always thought it was really funny how he just like it was like a spell was broken. Oh, and there's a book here. And he's like smiles like
It kind of seems like the ending of that was Jack Black. Like I gotta get my buddy Kyle in the movie.
Yeah.
In the original ending, it reveals that he had actually been impaled.
That's what I think I remember. Yeah, he actually died.
No, I think I just made that up.
No, but I think it was a lot darker, and I think he died at the end.
He might have, yeah.
I mean, the same point would have gotten across. The only thing we have now is he doesn't die, and they have sequel bait or whatever they do. Am I really your buddy? That whole thing, which is fine, but.
Why didn't we get a whole fucking slew of Cable Guy? Why wasn't he like Ernest P. Worrell? Fucking Cable Guy goes to camp.
I'm glad they just left it this first one.
I mean, the movie was a bomb. I love that Simpsons bit, when I don't remember where Homer's at. He's at some museum, maybe it's like some Hollywood thing, and they have the Cable Guy script under glass. He's like, "You almost killed Jim Carrey's career." And he starts beating the shit out of the script, ripping it up. because it did. This movie stopped this momentum.
It's kind of ballsy that he wanted to get away from what it was safe.
I really liked it when I was a kid too. So I mean, it was probably my third favorite film of his.
It was one of those things I couldn't put my finger on. It's like I don't understand why I don't love this one like his other stuff, because it's insanely quotable. It's like I'm quoting everything about. I knew it like the back of my hand, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Like I should like this because everything about it says I should like it, and but there's just something about it, and it was just that extra thing in my brain I hadn't developed yet, just that extra layer of the satire and the black comedy stuff. It's just, you know, I believe. Grew up on the Lucy Show.
He references a movie as they're airlifting him out of there. That's how you know he's a fucking kinophile.
It's the Lucy Show. It's not a movie.
Fuck, hell yeah. He's literally like all of us. That's why I like this movie, because I kind of am kind of like this. Well, fuck it, I love movies and shit.
And I love the music, right? They're doing the I Love Lucy theme. I love when guys do that with their scores. Yeah, Jim Carrey is pretentious and thinks he's better than Hollywood and everyone else, which is why he was willing to sink his career. I mean, yeah, it's kind of
looks
weird.
Like they left the green screen effect unaltered. I always thought.
Oh yeah, that blue screen up there. It's so funny.
It's probably just a dark sky, though. Who knows? It looks dark.
I don't know. It looks pretty bright.
Am I really your buddy?
I miss how colorful 90s movies were when they were graded, you know. This is kind of before we went for that whole muted look. That was just upsetting. You know, we kind of went through the piss green look, everything, and then now everything's like muted with the whole A24 thing. The 90s were super vibrant, man, and I kind of miss it. Well, yeah, it's Cable Guy.
Fucking Cable Guy. Campbell guy. Fucking starring Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, and there's the Jerry Cantrell song, which is funny because, like, actually, I don't love it as a Jerry Cantrell song. It's okay, and I love Jerry Cantrell, and I love his solo albums that came out after this. But like, I don't think this is anywhere near as good as like the stuff that was on the records that followed.
Since they cut the scene out of the movie, they should have just pulled the Freddy's Dead and showed the music video as the credits are going up. Or no, that was just a fucking that wasn't an actual music video. That was because Iggy Pop wasn't there. It was just a collage, pretty much, of all the highlights of Freddy. Do you think Freddy's dead?
Who was singing that?
Fucking Iggy Pop.
Oh, that's right. That was Iggy Pop. Yeah, the Freddy movies were kind of impressive with their pool, man. They got Dawkins. Hell yeah, I was listening to Dawkins today. I've been in a weird fucking hair metal phase, listening to Slaughter and Dawkins all week and shit like that. And White Lion.
Oh, I love White Lion and Slaughter.
Hear the children cry.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great song. Makes you cry.
I mean, pretty much what's that Monster Ballads? Heaven isn't too far away.
Yeah.
I you know, not all those bands are equal. Like, I think Poison sucks, and I think Warrant sucks. All that shit that's like bubblegum bullshit. But you know, stuff like Slaughter and Warrant, you know, not Warrant,
Slaughter, Otta.
Yeah.
That was
Freddie hold on. Zach, why don't you tell him that we already did a Freddie Gets Fingered commentary?
We did do Freddie Got Fingered, not with our video cameras though.
Oh, was that prior to video? I guess we got to redo it, man. Because that's a wild one. I showed that movie to my mom, and it's like kind of the exact movie my mom would hate. And I was like, "Hey, I was like, just watch one scene." And then I picked one scene to make her watch, and it was the baby scene and that whole thing. There's a baby coming out of
I would have immediately figured it would have been the fucking horse jack off scene.
I know. I that was a little too quick. I wanted you. They really relish in that baby scene with Harlan Williams and all that shit. And
that's so funny too, because that horse jack off scene happens within like the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, that movie. Yeah, Human Place. We got it on there. Yeah, there's just so much shit. You might just have to kind of go in the playlist and Google Freddie Got Fingered or whatever. But we've done a lot of stuff, man.
Freddie, they used Blind. They used Blind on the soundtrack. I just saw. I can see.
Wait, who was on there?
It was a different song called Blind.
You guys ever seen that Street Fighter animated movie? When they brought it over to America, it had a completely like alternative and new metal soundtrack in the 90s. they play a Rooster, Alice in Chains in there, but like in the last scene of the movie, it's like blind. Are you ready? I'm like, what the fuck? Let's see. You guys remember the F-13 2006 remake? You remember how the beginning sequence is better than the rest of the movie? Yeah. I don't like that movie. There's like all these apologists for that F-13 remake, and I don't like it.
It's not mine either. I'm not a fan
and
of it.
that's another movie I think just looks ugly. I hate the way it looks, man. It's just so drab and gross. And it's boring, man. It takes they completely kind of have to change the lore, right? We're just making it right about Jason from the get-go. I don't even remember how they explained that, if they kept the story and just sort of kept it as all like exposition with the mom, or if the mom never existed. What did they do to that? Did they change anything with that remake? Do you guys even remember?
I never saw it.
You saw the F-13 remake, dude.
The Final Fantasy? Oh.
Yeah, Friday 13, dude. Come on.
The Final Fantasy movie. What was that called? Yeah,
Spirits Within.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Terrible movie.
It all made sense up until just now. Like, oh yeah, that movie looks bad. I was like, oh yeah, early CGI probably looks dated.
No, but what do they do with the lore with Friday 13th? The reboot. Did they explain anything? Did they explain Pamela at all? Or
I don't remember. That movie's forgettable.
Yeah, it's so boring and stock. It's just the mom is the
they
beginning.
basically combined the first 3 movies into one movie was their intention.
I gotta pee real quick.
Well, we're gonna wrap up. Can you hold it? I'm
All
just gonna wrap up. Okay, so Todd's got the bladder of a 76-year-old man. He's got the bladder of Joe Biden over here. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for having fun with us. We're going to do this every other Friday, like I said, at around 10 p.m. Central Time. I'm talking like most excellent adventure. And then it will be going up for everybody else the following Saturday. Let us know what you guys want us to watch. You know, we're curating lists of stuff we haven't done. Surprisingly, there is stuff we haven't done. And, you know, we're not above remaking and redoing, just like Hollywood, redoing our old commentaries that are from like the ghetto era. You know, that could use the facelift. But thank you so much for everybody joining us. Remember to like, subscribe, please leave a comment and help us out with the algorithms. Follow Zach's Cane Gang channel as well. Mac and Zach are over there, and we'll see you guys next week. Later.